This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Rule. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, the Grand Bahama Port Authority forging ahead with the construction of a new multi-million-dollar bridge in East Grand Bahama. The new infrastructure is considered a vital component to the port's plan to attract additional business in that section of the island. A site inspection was conducted today. Sabrina Brown has the details.
Preparatory work has begun on the site of the proposed $4 million bridge that will connect Freeport to East Grand Bahama. The new structure, which has been 10 years in the making, will have a capacity of 55 tons. The existing Casuarina Bridge can hold about 30 tons. During a site inspection on the Grand Bahama Highway and Fortune Bay Drive on Monday morning, Vice President of Building and Development Services at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Arthur Jones, said officials are now awaiting a confirmation analysis before construction can begin.
We have a preliminary design for the bridge based on unofficial geotechnical data. What we are doing now is we want to confirm what we have or modify what we have. We have equipment that have to go down and check to see what the structure is that the bridge will be supported on. Freeport is or Grand Bahama has a lot of caverns, and we have to be certain that we are not going to be putting a bridge structure on some holes in the ground. We need to know what the bearing capacity of the soil in place is.
Graham Road of the Grand Bahama Development Company believes this project is significant for the island.
It's going to open up the east end of the island and a lot of the other subdivisions on the east side of the Grand Lucayne Waterway.
The two-lane bridge was designed with the capacity to expand to 4 lanes if necessary. The project will employ some 30 to 40 people, contractors Wolfgang Gagger and Godfrey War.
For future developments on the other side of Grand Bahama, there is every opportunity now for heavy equipment to cross this bridge and build big projects on the other side, what we will need to increase the workforce and employments for this island.
We will do our endeavor best at wall construction to provide the proper road infrastructure to connect the bridge. I'm very glad Sir Jack survived to see this. My father, who unfortunately is no longer with us, would have been very proud today because he spent about 8 years fighting to get this done as well.
Construction on the new bridge is expected to be completed during the first quarter of next year. Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, the new executive team of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce making a stop today at the Ministry of Grand Bahama. The newly installed members say they are dedicated to working hand in hand with the Ministry of Grand Bahama to promote positive growth in the local economy. President Barry Malcolm led the delegation.
We have hit the ground running. There's so many issues that require the attention, in our view, of the business community here in Grand Bahama that we have a full agenda plan for 2014. As we've done in the past, we shall consult with you and share with you our thoughts, our vision, our views on what needs to be done to move the Grand Bahama economy forward. As a chamber and as persons invested in the community, as business people, we are here because we are bullish on Grand Bahama. We feel that Grand Bahama has tremendous potential still, and much can be done to turn the economy of this place around if we focus in and work collaboratively as a team to make it happen.
Minister for Grand Bahama, Dr. Michael Darville, welcomed the group and says a partnership will help to advance the Grand Bahama economy.
To speak with Mr. Malcolm concerning some of his plans and goals for the new year, and I am pleased to say that I'm willing to work hand in hand with the Chamber as they address some of the concerns affecting the business community on the island of Grand Bahama. So once again, on behalf of all of us from the Ministry of Grand Bahama, I welcome the Chamber on this courtesy call and look forward to working very closely with the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce in 2014.
In other news, BTC issuing an alert tonight to cell phone users who have been receiving messages purporting to be from the local telecommunications provider. As you'll hear in this report, BTC is advising customers not to fall prey to this scheme. You may have received a text message asking you to call BTC immediately to collect a gift. Many persons receiving the text message even taking to social media to brag about a gift from the premier telecommunications carrier. But Senior Manager of Public Relations Jerome Sawyer says these messages are not being sent by BTC.
Unfortunately, BTC would have just completed a Valentine Text and Win promotion in which you were receiving messages asking you to participate. And a lot of people got an opportunity to participate, and of course we just recently chose our grand prize winner. And so unfortunately, the timing really was bad. But we tried to get a message out to all of our Facebook followers, and we tried to get messages out on the radio stations to tell people that it was spam and to ignore it. But unfortunately, a lot of people were still following up on it. So we received quite a bit of inquiries. But you know, in a situation like that, it's hard to reach everyone all at the same time. So we were able to push out some messages onto our Facebook page.
Sawyer says it is hard to pinpoint who is behind sending the spam text messages.
At this point, it's still difficult for us to say. People can capture your numbers in so many different ways, and really it's not prudent for us to say at this time, but certainly it is a situation that we are investigating.
And for persons who are thinking about calling the strange number back, he gives this bit of advice.
We advise people not to call under any circumstances, and it's like with anything else. If you receive a message that you think is suspicious or that you are not sure of, simply call into our call center, CALL-BTC, call BTC, and they can verify exactly what is happening, whether we are running a promotion, exactly what it will cost, what are the terms and conditions, etc. So anytime you're unsure about any message, I mean, my personal advice is don't call, don't respond if you're unsure.
Police and Urban Renewal conducting a walkabout in the Pioneer Loop area today to hear the concerns facing the residents of that community. Our Megan Shepard fills us in.
Urban Renewal 2.0 and the Royal Bahamas Police Force taking their partnership to the streets once again, conducting a community walkabout in the Pioneers Loop area. Deputy Director of Urban Renewal Michelle Rackley says the aim is to make sure that residents feel safe and are living in a comfortable environment. Corporal 927 Kevin Duncombe adds that it is a twofold initiative.
There are some who are confined to bed, to wheelchairs, and from our point of view, we are here to talk with them and find out what is it that Urban Renewal can do. As you know, our motto is to build stronger communities by transforming lives, and how best do we do this? It cannot be done behind a desk or in some office, but it's better done in the streets where we meet and greet and talk, we touch, we feel, and we see, and today that is what we're doing.
Besides that, we're also doing a walkabout, especially in the park, trying to reach the man in the park. So it's two in one that we're trying to do today, a walkabout in the community and the man in the park initiative that we're trying to reach to the young man and at the same time the residents in the community at large.
Reckley says that there were no major complaints in the area. She says they do have plans in place to help with one of the common issues in most neighborhoods.
So far, not so much, just little things of persons who may hang around and stand around, and this happens in every community, and that is why when we walk we tend to take a listing of these persons and we find programs where we can put them and take them off the streets from hanging out every day, because what happens when you get relaxed or with a mind that just stands and goes and watch. It can come up with anything. So that is why we tend to, these persons off the street, we tend to take them and put them into programs.
Duncombe says residents are pleased to see a police presence in the neighborhood, and they plan to continue initiatives such as this as often as possible. He says based on their walk, there are no alarming issues.
So far, we just hearing some persons complain about some persons making noise in the area with motorbikes and things, and persons making loud music. There's nothing criminal actually to be concerned about, but we still need to make sure that everybody has their personal space, and you can music and loud. That's for your comfort, but you can't disturb some other people.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Police over in Abaco arresting a group of illegal migrants and are looking for the pilot of a plane who was able to escape capture. The migrants were arrested at the airport in Sandy Point around 6:45 last evening when police acting on a tip observed an aircraft landing at the Sandy Point airport. The officers in a marked vehicle entered the runway, and police tell us that the aircraft then made a sharp turn, colliding with the police jeep. All the passengers were able to get off. Officers were able to arrest 7 migrants, 3 Haitians, and 4 Dominicans, but the pilot was able to escape in nearby bushes. The police vehicle incurred damage as a result of the collision. Police are requesting assistance from the community. If you have any information that could help police, you should call 350-3107 or 8 in Abaco, 367-3437, 367-2560, 911-919, or call your nearest police station. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.